day 3 in Tokyo. It's so cold, you can see my breath.
Hello and welcome back to Natalie Drewey's Tokyo Vlog Part 2. My Tokyo trip so far has been fun, insightful, and filled with tourist attractions to explore. This is Part 2 and ikimashou! As usual, we bought breakfast from the 7-Eleven near our hotel because it's so convenient. They do a great line in croquettes and Chinese meat dumplings, which make a really tasty snack first thing in the morning. We are starting to become very familiar with Ueno Station. This time, we first went to Tokyo Station to scout out our meeting place for the next day's guided tour. Tokyo Station, Donkyo Eki, is a major railway station in Tokyo. It is the busiest station in Japan in terms of scheduled trains, with more than 4,000 arriving and departing daily. After that, we resumed our schedule for the day.
Hi guys, just letting you know that when you're in Japan, you should get like a card like this. Ours is Pasmo, or they also have another one which is a Suica, but I heard that it's sold out for like 2 months because of the Easter season, so we ended up getting this Pasmo. The Pasmo is actually very useful. It works like an octopus card in Hong Kong for getting onto the railways or convenience stores like 7-Eleven, so it is highly recommended to get one like this. In Japan, you have to stand on the left-hand side for the rails, but then in Hong Kong, you stand on the right-hand side. So you have to remember that, otherwise people will end up crashing into you. They actually have heaters on the trains under the seats, so they make you really sleepy. So getting a coffee is very necessary right now. A coffee feels so good right now.
Harajuku is the mecca for youth culture in Japan, but it is not only about teenage culture and shopping. There is also the Meiji Shrine, referred to in Japanese as Meiji Jingu.
Some heartless people have been scratching these, so they blocked it up. Otherwise, usually you can stand next to it and take pictures. Maybe the multi-purse.
Meiji Jingu, Meiji Shrine, is a Shinto shrine dedicated to Emperor Meiji and his beloved consort Empress Shoken. Emperor Meiji reigned from 1867 to 1912. The shrine was completed in 1920 but was destroyed during the war and then rebuilt shortly after. The main entrance was a short walk from Harajuku train station. When you see the tall wooden torii, you are there. There are approximately 100,000 trees that make up Meiji Jingu's forest. They were planted during the shrine's construction and were donated from regions across the entire country. Along the path, we also came across rows of sake barrels stacked several barrels high. On the other side of the path can be seen a similar array of wine barrels. Both sake and wine are offered to the enshrined deities each year. The sake symbolizes an offering to demonstrate the maintenance of Japanese culture, while the wine, sourced mainly from France, emphasizes the need for world peace and friendship.
So it's the guards' dormitory.
Situated in the middle of the forest and parkland, Meiji Shrine buildings have a distinctive tranquility about them, in contrast to the bustling city. Visitors can make offerings at the main hall, buy charms and amulets for friends and family, or write out their wishes on special wishing letters which can be deposited in a special box along with a small donation. I ended up writing an essay-long wish because I had so much on my mind and hoped for support from higher powers. The shrine opens from 9 AM to 4:30 PM until 4 PM from November to February. It closes on Thursdays apart from national holidays.
It says anything can happen in this fleeting world of ours, so be aware that hearts of all our people should still be filled with abundance. Harajuku, also known as Ladies Market.
Harajuku is the center of Japan's most extreme teenage cultures and fashion styles, but also offers shopping for adults. The center of Harajuku's teenage culture is Takeshita Dori. The side streets are lined with many trendy shops, fashion boutiques, second-hand clothes stores, chic cafes, crepe stands, and fast food shops. It is not just a shopping street, it is an area of inspiration. This was a particularly memorable lunch for us. Harajuku Dumpling Restaurant is something of an institution in the Harajuku area, tucked away in the side street about 300 meters from Takeshita-dori. It was actually recommended to me by a Japanese friend. We ordered several types of dumplings, some fried and some boiled. They were all really tasty and exceptionally good value. The queue outside was always a good indication of a restaurant's popularity and quality, and our queue looked rather long. Fortunately, Japanese tend not to linger at lunch, so our queue moved quite quickly. It was a place I would certainly recommend. Buying crepes along Takeshita-dori reminded me of 3 useful tips for travelers regarding Japanese customs. First, when giving money in Japan, it is normal to place it in a small tray rather than hand it directly to the shopkeeper. The change likewise is handed to you on the tray. Second, it is frowned upon to walk about the streets eating and drinking in Japan, so the crepe store was surrounded by people all eating their crepe before moving on. The advantage of doing this is that the crepe wrapping can be deposited in a bin by the store. Remember, there are very few bins on the streets of Japan. Third, no tipping in Japan. Nowhere seems to accept tips here, whether you are buying food from a street store or restaurant or whether taking a taxi. It does make life a lot simpler.
Shibuya Elise.
Shibuya Scramble Crossing. You can't claim you've been to Tokyo if you haven't been to Shibuya Crossing because it's the heart and soul of Tokyo. There you can experience the Tokyo vibe and real Japanese energy firsthand. Many cities have iconic landmarks, and Tokyo's is the Shibuya Scramble Crossing. The Scramble intersection just outside Shibuya Station is the best representation of Tokyo. People are constantly running or walking from all directions. They all meet in the middle in a frantic mess, but by sidestepping, swiveling, and swerving around each other, everyone manages to avoid any direct contact as they make their way to their various destinations. Many movies like Tokyo Drift took inspiration from this place. I tried the crossing myself several times to get the feel of what it is like. It is amazing that so many people can move around in such a small area without bumping into one another.
The famous Shibuya Scramble Crossing. Scramble crossing. It feels very weird in the very middle of the street, and I need to run back.
The 333 meters tall Tokyo Tower is the world's tallest self-supported steel tower and is 3 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower. Tokyo Tower is also known as the Red Tokyo Tower. Our trip up to the observation deck was made at the perfect time of day, just as the daylight started to ebb and the lights of Tokyo came on.
Last destination is the Tokyo Tower. I already got the e-tickets online via Klook, and we just had to go to the operational center and get the hard copy of the ticket.
The glass floor was a real challenge and I had to pluck up my courage to step on it. This was certainly not something to do for anyone prone to vertigo. We had dinner at another restaurant recommended by Japanese friends, this time a ramen shop called Tenkaippin, handily situated in Ameyoko, 2 minutes walk from our hotel. Orders are made using an iPad screen placed at the end of each table. We had miso ramen and various side orders. On the whole, it was very good value. This brought to an end another eventful day. Tokyo is thought as one big capital city, but it is actually a conglomeration of small towns and villages, which over hundreds of years grew and merged into one another to form one huge metropolis. This perhaps explains why different regions of Tokyo seem to have very different cultures and flavors. We'll explore more of those diverse flavors and characteristics tomorrow in our final Japan vlog. Until then, sayonara! Please like and subscribe and I'll see you in my next Nihon Tokyo vlog.